Welcome to the Apex, everyone. I'm your host, Zell, and I hope every one of you had a Merry Christmas and the new year coming up treats you well. Let's get into our sharp news. From Knife News, Boost Blades is introducing the Arial Mini. There was a pre-order for this. I don't know if Boost still has it open, but we're talking about a 3-inch Aero. Really cool. And Tops has partnered with Almar Knives. And that is really cool to see some of those Almar designs realized with Tops quality. Should be excellent. The first one is going to be a fixed blade, and you'll have to figure out which one by going over to Knife News and reading the article. And then from BladeReviews.com, we have a review of the Todd Begg Bodega. You know, that knife that I really should have reviewed for you guys, and I still haven't. I'm getting there. We talked about this last week. And he also has a review of the ESEE Expat Cleaver CL11. That's a big old cleaver for those of you that like to have a cleaver in your pack. Pretty cool. And then, before we jump into the video, I want to say I hope you guys, again, had a wonderful Christmas. Christmas was really good to me. My brother, the other half of Todd Knife and Tool, brought me one of the custom ZT0452s, and I'll try to throw some pictures in here of this one. It has a custom back spacer that he made and some custom hardware. It's been anodized and pretty neat. And not only did I get that, I put a 0452 on my Christmas list because I have had one and not had one, and I haven't kept a hold of them for whatever crazy reason because I love the knife. And Susie Nails It got me the full TI version. And not just the full TI version, it also has a slight bit of customization with a set of backspacer spools from Todd Knife and Tool South as well. So I ended up with two of one of my favorite knives, which is always a wonderful thing. And no, I'm not selling one. I'm keeping them both this time. I've let them go before, not happening again. Another thing, last week we sent off a Shadowhawk flashlight to the number 2 person. Well, the reason I went to the number 2 person is because in my Outlook email, the spam monster ate up the number 1 person's stuff, and A Spider 74, I believe it was. I have another one that will go out to you probably this afternoon if I can get to my CMRA. So, making that up clean. And for those of you that are out there and you may want one of these shivers, you need to get an email to me. Right after the new year, I have several of these ready. I'm trying to let you guys kind of get over the new year. But right after the new year, I'm going to start putting them out on my days off. So it'll be 2, maybe 3 a week until Series 1 is gone. So if you want in on Series 1, get me an email. Email, of course, is down the bottom of the description. And now, guys, let's go ahead and get into the videos. From Cedric and Ada Outdoors, we have several steel tests. We have LC200N Unleashed. We have 9CR18 and X12 MF. And Nick Shabazz hits us with the Rike knife 1508S. Rike makes some pretty good stuff. We'll have to see what Nick has to say about it. And Nick Shabazz's knife gripe this week is map mishap. And he's talking about minimum advertised price. So let's do a little explaining here. I want to kind of inject my thoughts on this. You have MSRP, manufacturer suggested retail price. You have MAP price, minimum advertised price. What does it mean? Minimum advertised price means that anywhere that you're going to advertise that price, that is the lowest price you can advertise, whether it's online, in a circular, in a flyer, on a sticker on the shelf, etc. Any place you're going to advertise the price. Now, this is a good thing in some ways, because here's kind of how things work. If you are Academy Outdoors and you have knife X, and knife X's MAP price is $100. Well, you want to sell knife X at $110 so that you can put it on sale every once in a while for $100, because that's the lowest you can advertise it for. If you're Blade HQ or your Knife Center or whatever, you're probably just going to put it right at the minimum advertised price, and you're done. It's never going to go on sale unless the maker, the company that made the knife, allows you to put it on sale. Good enough. So why is this important though? Well, we have to talk about volume sales. Whenever Academy buys knives, they buy thousands at a time, and they get pretty fat discounts. So yeah, they make more per knife. So you're thinking, well, maybe they should be able to sell it cheaper, right? Well, no. Because your local knife shop, whatever it may be, they still have to abide by minimum advertised price. But whenever you go into that knife shop, quite often there's no advertised prices on the knives. Or if there are prices on the knives, they're in the stratosphere somewhere with MSRP or even higher. But whenever you say, hey Bob, what can you sell me knife X for? He knows that the minimum advertised price is $100. But he also knows that even though he didn't get the volume discount, he only gave $45 for that knife. So he can say, well, I can take 80 for that, or 85. And he didn't advertise it anywhere. So it's okay. And that is one of the reasons that minimum advertised price is a good thing. It keeps the small local retailers in the game. The MSRP, well, that's kind of a... It's used for some other things that are important, actually, but for the consumer, it's just a number. Anyhow, moving on along, Kevin Cleary gives us a look at the Andrew Demko AD-15. That is a pretty neat knife. It's kind of big and kind of bulky in my opinion, but it's still a pretty neat knife. And House of Wisdom has the WE 715 ignition. We started up something good. And Staz23, he has his review of the WE 704. That is a beautiful knife. He actually doesn't have the most beautiful one of them, but man, most of them have a great action. They got a nice, mostly slicey, yeah, just go watch the review, you'll like it. And rounding things out today, we have the Apostle P with from the sharpening bench of the Spyderco Shaman. It says it's like a brand new pair of old jeans. And in many ways, he's right. And that's it for your right after Christmas Apex. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And for those of you guys that are sharing this stuff, I really, really appreciate it. And you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week.